Hey guys, it's Jason at Hard Money Bankers with your Private Money Minute. Valuing properties accurately is probably one of the most important things you can do, especially if you're a flipper. And it's important to understand that comps, property comparables, I'm sure you've heard of that, pulling comps, they're nothing more than just recently sold properties to help you create an opinion of what you will sell the property for. It's that simple. There's no like, hey, it sold for this is what my property is worth. It doesn't work like that. What you resell the property for is going to be completely different than what I'm going to resell the property for or what another investor is going to sell the property for. I mean, hopefully it'll be something similar, but it will be different because there's a lot of different things that are taken in consideration when you flip a house. The real determining factor is your experience, your quality of work, your knowledge of what buyers in that particular area are expecting to get, and the craftsmanship that they're expecting to get in a new property, and most importantly, how well you execute. Now, execute's obviously the most important thing, and one person could make a mint on a property, the other person completely F it up and lose everything, and they're given the exact same opportunity, right? So that goes back to executions. But the important thing to understand is that comps are just a basis to start with, right? And then you can adjust based on all the things that you do. I talk to so many investors that say, hey, I think I'm going to sell it for this price. Well, I hate to say it, but you're not. You're a first-time investor. You don't exactly know what quality retail buyers are expecting in that particular area yet, and you can't compare it to somebody who's flipped 100 properties in that particular neighborhood. It's just not going to happen, right? It will happen eventually. It's just not going to happen on that first or second transaction, right? And you gotta learn from it. So I do think it's important that you have access to MLS and have comps yourself, so you know exactly what you're looking at. So it's not just like, oh, this one sold for 200, this one sold for 200, this one sold for 200. I'm gonna sell mine for 200. Well, you need to make sure if you're gonna sell it at that price, it's exactly the same. Oh, and that the market's the exact same in 6 months from now when you go to resell yours as that person. So there's just a lot of determining factors in this, right? It's not as simple as, hey, what do the comps say, right? That's a great basis to start with, and that is the most important thing, is pulling comps, but then you gotta rip them apart, peel it back to get down to exactly the different components of it, so you know exactly what it sells for. So I hope you find this helpful. If you have any secrets or any tips that you're currently doing when you're pulling comps so you can accurately determine the values, please comment below, share it with the community. I'm sure it'll be helpful. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Jason with your Private Money Minute.